Jewelry maker Beth Wicker is still recovering from the stroke she suffered last April, but she has not recovered from what came next.
My cell phone rang.
While still in the hospital, Beth was told her health insurance policy, which was supposed to be paying the bills, was a fake.
You're on your hospital bed.
Correct.
And they're telling you what?
The insurance I thought I had doesn't exist. So we got the stroke, now we've lost the insurance that was supposed to help cover the stroke, so what's going to happen now?
We wanted them to know that they were in a bad deal.
Beth was notified by the office of Scott Richardson, the top insurance regulator in South Carolina, which this year became one of 28 states to shut down one of the biggest consumer frauds ever uncovered. Officials are still counting the victims, but tens of thousands of people lost tens of millions of dollars buying what they thought was legitimate health insurance.
They make it look very official.
One of the largest scams involved an official sounding group called ATA, the American Trade Association, which was never licensed to sell insurance. Sometimes customers like Beth received policies from real companies, but whose names were being used without permission.
They just stuck their name on here.
In her case, Phoenix Insurance is real, but it didn't issue the policy.
Not insurance in any way.
Meanwhile, David Vladeck at the Federal Trade Commission has cracked down on a different scam, where an estimated 100,000 families lost close to $100 million. The FTC says 3 companies promised their customers major medical insurance, but only gave them medical discount cards that were typically worthless.
What would happen?
More often than not, the doctor at the pharmacy would say, "What is this?" They didn't recognize them at all.
Investigators say the scams targeted middle-aged Americans who lost their jobs and company-paid health insurance during the recession, couldn't afford insurance on their own, and then went on the internet looking for something different.
Breaking healthcare news.
Thousands of victims also responded to infomercials that showed the president, the Capitol, and the White House
Is now authorized to offer you
implying that they were offering the new benefits promised under healthcare reform.
Call 800-88.
And if you called those numbers,
Basic scam was selling people insurance.
you might have spoken to this man. We agreed to withhold his name, but he worked briefly for a scam operation before blowing the whistle. He says salesmen were ordered to brazenly lie to desperate people as sales managers roamed the floor yelling out the word Taft.
Tell them the Taft. Use the Taft method.
What did Taft mean?
Tell them any thing. It didn't matter what you had to tell them. You got that money, and you got that money right then.
I think it is a horrifying thing.
Beth Wicker lost the premium she paid, still owes medical bills of around $17,000, and still doesn't have insurance. She often wonders why the scammers aren't in jail.
I don't know why somebody can't track them down and shut them down instead of letting them just continually do this over and over and over. I don't understand that.
Despite the theft of tens of millions of dollars here, none of the investigations done so far has led to an arrest, which means the scammers are still out there. So the best way for consumers to protect themselves is to remember that all real insurance policies need a state license, and you can check that by calling your state office of insurance. Katie?
Wyatt Andrews, an important report tonight. Wyatt, thank you.